Hi, welcome to Baking Things with Things. I'm Ivan Hahn, the snack guy. Welcome to Baking Things with Things. I'm Ivan Hahn, the snack guy. I might have just had a stroke. It is very warm in here today. The oven's on. The heat index is about 3,000. I'm sweating. I'm wearing an apron. I got glasses on. Hi. We are making the trend that is all over the internet about 4 years ago. It is called soda cake. And it's not what you think. It's not like an Irish soda bread. There's no baking soda in it. There might be baking soda in it. Hold on. I don't know if there's baking soda in it. Yep, there it is, bleached flour. So we are making, there's no we here, it's me alone with the dogs in the kitchen portion of the home that I live in. What you do is you make a cake, but without any of the ingredients that are in said cake. So in this cake box that is Moist Supreme Yellow Cake Mix from this little guy right there, if you poke his stomach, he makes a sound.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
Oh, I didn't like that. Let's do it again. So what you're supposed to use is 1 cup water, ½ cup oil, and 3 eggs. Not using any of that. I am using soda. Now, I chose this soda. So what you're supposed to do, sorry, I have the ADHD. What you're supposed to do is use 12 ounces of soda. Your favorite soda, any kind of soda. They have pairings online, which you can choose. You're supposed to use your favorite soda to get rid of all the other ingredients and just cake mix, box cake mix, and soda. I'm using Fruit Mist Black Cherry for 2 reasons. 1, it's diet. 2, it's clear. I don't want any more dyes or any more other things in my cake box mix. And secondly, it's cherry. I like cherry, and it's summer. So what we're going to do first is make sure you have all your ingredients. Box mix of cake and soda, done. Now you need all of your stuff. Do you have an oven at home? Yeah, I hope you do. If you don't bake a cake, go buy one. So oven set to 350 degrees. Then you have your traditional, every household has it, passed down for 19 generations, metal mixing bowl of a size that will fit your stuff. Usually it doesn't. A round cake pan of your choosing, a whisk or an electric mixer, measuring device, and your stuff. So what you want to do is open this cake box, and you're going to want to discard of it in a proper fashion. Okay, then you're going to want to try to open this up without making all the mess, because these bags are made of military grade plastic that will never open up unless you shove your nails into it, which I did. You're going to dump this baking powder mix of cake mix, I think I'm having a heat stroke, into the appropriate bowl. Now, usually what I like to do is I like to give it a little fluff up. I like to fluff my mix a little bit just to get some of the lumps out and make it nice and airy. Then, let me put my phone in my pocket, okay? I have to do my own camera work here. Then you're going to open your soda. Hopefully, it doesn't do that. That's bad. You don't want that to happen. So you're going to open your soda again. Okay. Then you're going to keep the lid. We don't want to either throw the lid. That's not good. Then you want to figure out how many ounces 12 is. And on here, that is the one that says 12 fluid ounces. You want to firmly grasp your soda, and then pour it right in. Till it reaches 12 ounces. A little bit more won't hurt us. Yep, that's soda. Then you're going to pour it in while you mix it, I think. We'll find out. Let's just pour it in first, and then we'll worry about the mixing. So it's all going in there. It's getting all incorporated. We're going to put this right over behind me so it's not in the shot. Then we're going to mix it up a little bit. Now, the thing you want to know about cakes, and I know this from the Brits in that tent, is you don't want to overstir your cake. You don't want to overstir your cake that much, but you also want to get everything incorporated because you don't want lumps. And listen, that soda's really testing gravity. Okay, so you want to make it all mixed up. And you know what? It looks like cake batter because that's what it is. It's cake batter right here. So you want this cake batter to be all incorporated. And there you go. That is your cake batter. I'm going to take my phone out right now. You want to make sure your camera's recording while you're mixing, but you also want to mix it when you have the dog in the background to get dog cake camera footage. So you get those dog clicks. There's a cat come. This is more entertaining. Bella, hi. Hi. Okay. So you want to mix everything, make it all mixed together, and that is how you mix a cake. So you also want to put it into 2 pans, it says, and I only have 1, so we're going to bake this twice. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a lid on this soda. Then we're going to put the soda over her. And then we're going to figure out how to evenly distribute 2 pans worth of cake, and get the hair out of there, into 1, and then bake it twice so you have some other things. So let's mix this up fairly well. And then I'm going to put it into said pan. I almost forgot something, and it would have been terrible at the end when I try to decorate this. You're going to want to, it's supposed to be, it's a non-stick pan, but I don't trust our government. So I'm going to unstick the non-stick pan with just some margarine. And there you go, I used the cheap stuff. And you're just going to put that on the table, and you're going to want to get your hands in that margarine and make sure you touch every aspect with your non-cleaned hands because you've been touching camera equipment. So you want to get all of the nooks and crevices and just get that baked in there. Up on the wall here, make sure you don't let your pets in the same room. So a pet touch the camera, it's fine. Cats like strings, and microphone wires are strings. So you got your buttery fingers right there, and you want to try to figure out how much half is, and also how to portion it towards the camera. We're going to do 1, because I don't think that's enough cake mix for this pan. So we're just going to do 1 ginormous cake pan full of batter. And then we're going to cut it in half because I want to do a layer cake here. Move it around a bit and do that a few times because my grandmother used to do that and wipe the sweat out of your face. And then we're going to do a clock wipe, and we'll be right back with a baked cake. Oh, hi. So some time has passed because that's what happens when you bake and then cool a cake. So what I did was I baked the cake at 350 for about half an hour, 30 minutes, depending on your time zone. And then I put this cake in the refrigerator and the freezer because I'm very impatient, and it's also 90 degrees here today. So I know you're not supposed to do that, but I did it. And now we're going to do the hardest part for me, which isn't icing a cake. Now that's fine, that's fun. I have the icing tool here. I don't have proper tools. I'm not a cake baker, I'm a snack eater. I have to try to cut this cake evenly. I don't do things evenly and properly at all. So I kind of want to just like evenly cut this right in half. So I'm going to try to do it with this very undull. This knife has seen better days. Okay, so let's try. The cat is playing with, please don't, go away. Hey, go away. Cat is playing with the microphone. So let's try to stab this cake semi-evenly. So as you can see, I got to talk about the cake itself. The cake didn't rise as well as it would have with oil, eggs, and other rising agents. This was made with just soda, some cherry clear diet soda, and it should be a little bit taller. That's fine. It did say put it into 2 9-inch pans, and that would have made very flat pancakes at that point. So yeah. And we're back. So we're going to try and cut this cake in half. And I don't know, I don't do things evenly. I don't know how or where, but we're just gonna start, did I not start cutting you? Yeah, there it is. So we're gonna go in roughly evenly. Okay, already off to a bad start. Already off to a terrible start. Okay, let's figure this out. Maybe a better knife. Let's get a better knife. Let's find a better knife. You got a better knife? Okay. Technically a better knife, not longer, just more serrated in it. So let's try to go in and do this. Oh, that's better. Okay, so we're going to go in and put that there. And just try to, semi-evenly cut this in half so you can have enough cake. Because I want 2 layers. Oh, that's already broken. Well, let's listen. That's fine. Nope, all the inside just came out of that cake. So, So we're not going to cut it in half. We're going to just decorate what we have, because right now it's just a shit show. We're going to decorate what we have, and let's see if this works. Icing, icing. icing. That's enough icing. Okay, so let's just decorate this and try the, oh, the decorating is cutting. So the issue with a soda cake is it's very dry and crumbly. I think that's because it's missing key ingredients that you need to have in a cake, like eggs. But good. Let's try the cake before I throw the cake across the room. Fork. Need a fork. So, got a fork. Does cooking a cake with soda make a difference? It makes it cake. It rose a little bit. It's not just dry ingredients, so it added the wet to it. And let's see if it added any flavor. It smells a little bit like cherry soda, that's what I used over here. The sugar-free, flavor-free, color-free cherry soda. With the vanilla icing, it really didn't do much. There's no cherry flavor. This also adds extra sweetness to the cake, which a box cake doesn't need. It already has sweetness. Let's try it without the icing. It just tastes like a vanilla cake. Don't do this. This is a failure. It doesn't work. Stick to the icing. Nope. Stick to the recipe that is on the cake box, and you'll get a delicious cake. Because I've made these cakes many times. This is how I usually make a cake. It was very hard to ice, and I gave it cooling. I left the icing out to get room temperature. And well, this is the cake that we have. And yeah, it even just until next time. I'm Ivan Hahn, the snack guy. Bake how you're supposed to bake. If it calls for eggs, add eggs. If it doesn't call for eggs, don't add eggs. Don't try TikTok trends to make your life easier. At the end, it's not easier. Well, this is my TikTok. Like my TikTok. Oh, right. You probably want a rating. The cake itself, 3. The recipe, 0. 0 out of 5. Don't do this. Just eat regular cake. Cake is good. There's plenty of snack cakes in the market. Have regular cake. 0 out of 5. See you next time.